think it's key to know your staff. We had a social committee, which sounds quite funny because you think, oh, it's just for social events, but they actually did specific events. They'd organise, for example, Eid, Diwali, very well aware of different backgrounds. So I think that'd be really key, and getting the juniors involved, the trainees involved. So the committee itself was quite diverse. So it's really knowing your students, your graduates, your future trainees, their backgrounds, and it opened up the questions. And it was in a very informal environment. Even if we did it in the office, in the boardroom, but it was very informal. Everyone would just mingle and get to know each other. And we tried to do more social events every month, really. End of the month, we'd on the ground floor, we'd all meet up just to talk about accomplishments, and you'd get face-to-face time with the seniors from different departments.
For me, it kind of comes down to recruitment and retention. And when we talk about recruitment, it goes back to kind of the blind recruitment process, not only kind of names, but kind of where they went in terms of education and any other kind of elements which may kind of unconsciously bias people in certain kind of decisions that they make. But even before you get to that stage, I think when especially the larger law firms have the resources to go to different places, make sure you're going to different places. There's no point going to, the Oxfords and Cambridges because you're only going to get one type of person that comes from there. Are you going to the north? Are you going to the east, the south, the Midlands? Making sure you're, showing yourself to a wider pool of talent. So that in terms of recruitment, and I think the recruitment process, in terms of kind of interviews as well, making sure the interview panel or whoever makes the decision is made up of diverse people. And I'm talking about diversity across all strands: gender, disability, religion, belief, background, you name it. Because sitting on interview panels in the past, having people from different backgrounds, everyone brings a different perspective, and ultimately you get the best candidate when you have a better interview panel. So that in terms of recruitment. And then the next big R is retention, which I don't think a lot of people have kind of caught up upon. I think a lot of recruitment people in organizations think that they've ticked the box as soon as they brought the talent in, but you need to keep the talent as well. There's been so many instances where I've known super talented lawyers getting into amazing law firms, but within a year or two, they've realized this isn't for me. They were kind of given this fantastic kind of marketing about this organization. They kind of went through the honeymoon period, and then they slowly realized this isn't for me. This doesn't represent me. So I think focus on your kind of recruitment strategy, and if that's correct, but then also, commit that same energy to retention as well. And if you do that, ultimately the business will prosper because they're not having to kind of rehire every 2-3 years. So the two R's for me: recruitment and then retention.
I wish more was done in the Northeast, even if it is you don't have anyone from that background, but going out of your way to maybe host it with different law firms as well. Because I've yet to come across that in the Northeast, but never say never, but it is something that needs to be done. I think it's just as an individual, you have to do your own bit in society. So going out, like I say, I'm thankful, very thankful. I'm in a very diverse law firm. There are other Muslims that work there, other people that wear the hijabs. So it's completely different to what I've experienced before. And the law firm I'm at now, I'm very proud to work there because it's different to what you see in the northeast. So definitely, like you've just said, more needs to be done, and you don't have to be from a certain background to put that idea forward or to educate yourself or to go out and do your own bit. That responsibility lies on, directors, partners, people, and even us as individuals to, put the idea forward and try and do something about that. So a lot of people are made aware of the ongoing issues that other people face and barriers that people have to overcome. The main thing is just having them like education, guidance, just that support and seeing how you can support people and giving equipping people with them tools to be able to do that. Essentially, it comes down to the individual to what they want to do with all of these tools. But growing up, I'm not from a diverse background. I'm a first graduate, generation graduate from my family. So I'm a first solicitor as well from amongst all of my siblings. And, you know, if they had that opportunity growing up as well, I know they would have definitely went into something else, something different. So it's just a matter of giving that guidance to people and seeing how people will do with them tools that are given to them, so that's a plain and balanced field amongst everyone. Just having them conversations early on, whether it's through school, A levels, whatever it might be, to help people to achieve and, you know, do their best and see where they can go.